Don't get offended, but am I your first?
Eventually, it just gets used to not ringing.
It's what I love the most about you.
She is Ruth. Her true age is 86, but looks like she is only in her late 20s. It's because she is taking a very special pill that stops the aging of a person. She works for a corporation since the late 1970s and agrees to help in determining if an individual qualifies to take the pill. Years passed and she somehow got used to her boring life since her job requires her to hide her true identity. She is not even allowed to talk about Aesop, the corporation she works for. This is a top secret that even the government has no knowledge about since there's no enough pill for all humans. And if people will know about the special pill, definitely the world will be in chaos as everyone wants to have it. Back to present time, Ruth comes to meet Marie. Their first meet wasn't that really okay. Ruth even finds Marie so annoying as she bothers her in answering crossword puzzles.
It's here. R-E-P. I know how to spell it.
Okay, sorry, just trying to help.
Marie is such a cheerful and beautiful lady who is attracted to both men and women. So she then feels attracted to Ruth the first time she saw her. They got the chance to meet again in a restaurant, and this time around, Marie wants to really make friends with Ruth. So she introduced herself, but Ruth didn't give her real name since she needs to hide her true identity.
I'm Marie, by the way. Oh, okay. This is the part where you shake my hand, tell me your name, smile back at me.
I'm Jill. My name's Jill.
Pleasure.
She then tells Marie that her name is Jill. Ruth feels awkward meeting Marie again, and she is just being so careful in any details she might be sharing with her. But Marie does have knowledge about Aesop and that this company is providing a special pill that stops aging. Despite Marie knowing about it, Jill, or actually Ruth, acted as if she doesn't know or avoids to talk about Aesop. Ruth decides to work for Aesop since she feels her family way back then doesn't really care for her, and that all those years she haven't really experienced having relationships. But when she met Marie, she knows deep within her that she does feel something.
I think maybe she's still in love with me.
Yeah, she's definitely so in love with you. I can see why. Sorry if that makes me seem like too much of a player.
Everything seems to happen so fast that Marie shares to her close friends that she did met someone and she feels this girl is the one.
But Marie is always in love, so there's like nothing to hide.
Okay, honestly, I feel like this one might be different.
And eventually, despite of Ruth not allowed to have a relationship, she gave in to her emotions and started dating Marie. Ruth's boss reminded her to stay low-key, and she warns her to stop seeing Marie. The company somehow knew what Ruth has been doing, and so her boss told her to end her relationship with Marie. Despite feeling heartbroken, she needs to end their relationship, and it's for Marie's safety.
I need you to stop seeing her. You have to trust me.
I know.
Marie meets up with her friends again and they noticed how heartbroken she is. She haven't heard from Jill, or let's say Ruth, for quite some time and doesn't return any of her calls. Her friends suggested she can look online where Jill lives. Ruth gets to talk to her boss again, and that's when she knew that a person is not eligible to have the pill if he or she is sick or has any health problems or prior major operation. They can only give the pill to people who are healthy. The night while Ruth is having her dinner in her house, she was surprised to hear a doorbell since she doesn't have any friends or even relatives. She was so surprised to see Marie and asked her how come she knew where she lives. Ruth insists that Marie can't stay and is so dangerous for her to just be near Ruth. But Marie just doesn't want to live, and since she really wanted to be with Ruth, she insists that anything that bothers Ruth, she has to know and they can work it out.
You can't stay.
Then make me go.
Ruth can't resist Marie, and so they work things out, and that night they finally made love. But that was also the time Ruth came to know that Marie is under medication for a kidney transplant. And so Ruth feels devastated knowing Marie won't be eligible to have that special pill.
What pills? My immune suppression pills. I got a kidney transplant, and the pills basically help lower my immune system so it doesn't try to kick my new kidney.
Marie stayed with Ruth and even prepares breakfast for her. While eating, Ruth decided to tell Marie what she is hiding from her. But Ruth was the one who was shocked when Marie told her that she knows about Aesop and that Ruth works for the company who is making a special pill that stops aging. And Marie also felt jail isn't a real name for Ruth since she has to hide her true identity. And most importantly, Marie was able to realize that she won't be eligible to have this special pill since it can be only given to people who has no health problems.
That Aesop came up with something that will make it impossible for us to be together forever. And then the rest, I was just guessing. But how close am I?
My name is Ruth. Second, you do not want to know how close.
Situation became worse when someone from the corporation has been following Marie. She then told Marie if she does love Ruth, she should know what to do and that it's better for them to stop seeing each other.
Do you love her? I'm sorry, who are you?
If you love her, tell me what to do.
This really made Marie furious and she meets up with Ruth and told her about what happened. With the help of Marie's friends, she was able to get information from someone who works for Aesop way back. Ruth shares the story of Cindy who works for Aesop as well, and Marie thought if she could find any information about Cindy or if she is still alive, then there might be another way to leave Aesop and just be a normal person again. The moment Marie got enough information about Cindy, she went to see Ruth, but unfortunately there were two people who was with Ruth and warns them not to tell anyone about Aesop. But Marie insists that if they will hurt Ruth, she will definitely reveal to the public about the special pill. Then they had a deal where Marie was being offered to take the special pill even if she is not eligible, and this means she can be with Ruth forever. As long as Marie and Ruth will not reveal the truth about Aesop, they can take the pill. And so Marie accepted the offer but feels so guilty since she knows it's gonna be unfair for others. Marie talks to Ruth again and can't control her tears. She tells Ruth that despite accepting the offer, she feels so guilty that the world doesn't know about that pill, and it will really be so unfair. Then Ruth and Marie finally decided that they have to disclose Aesop to the public and stop whatever they are doing. And they now accept their fate that the company will be looking after them and there will be consequences on what they did. But what matters to Marie and Ruth is that the love they have for each other prevails rather than choosing eternal Youth.
Want more queer content? Then please subscribe and hit the notification bell.